Hi boys and girls. Today our learning goal is going to be to use rounding to estimate sums and differences and to estimate to check the reasonableness of answers. Let's go ahead and get started. So we see here that 47 plus 81 equals 128. The first thing I want to do is I need to round 47. And I know that 47 is very close to 50. So I am going to round 47 up to 50. Now I see the number is 81. And I'm looking at the 1 here in the ones digit. And I know that that's very close to the 1080. So I'm going to round 81 down to 80. And then I want to add my numbers. And I get a sum of 120. So I know that 47 plus 81 is about 120 when I estimate. And because 120 is very close to 128, the answer is reasonable. Let's look at another problem. So here I can see that my problem is 105 plus 7 equals 112. First, I want to round both my numbers to the nearest 10. So I see that 105 is about 110 because I know that if it's a 5 or greater, I'm going to round up to the next 10. And I see here that I have a 7, and that's very close to 10, so I'm going to round up to 10. So now I know that 105 plus 7 is about 120 because I used my mental math to add 110 and 10, which gives me a sum of 120. And because 120 is close to 112, the answer is reasonable. So yes, 112 is a reasonable answer for this problem. And our last problem is going to be involving subtraction. And you see here, boys and girls, that I have 176 minus 12, and that equals 164. So now I need to round 176 to the nearest 10. So I'm going to look that my 7 is in the tens digit, and I'm going to look at the 6. The 6 is greater than 5, so I'm going to round up to the next 10, which means that 176 rounds up to 180. And here I have the number 12. And again, I'm going to look at my number in the ones digit, and I see that that's a 2. And that 2 is very close to 0. So I'm going to round the 12 down to 10. Now I'm going to subtract, and again here I can use my mental math to subtract the 10 from 180, which gives me a difference of 170. So I can see that 176 minus 12 is about 170. And because 170 is close to 164, the answer is reasonable. Okay, boys and girls, what I'd like you to do is to please go ahead and talk to your partners using your habits of discussion to discuss the strategies that I used to solve these 3 example problems. And when you're done discussing, you can complete the work in your math folder.